Hey there, so I'm back, and I'm kind of crappy day, just, flu. But this is actually a contest entry, and a shout out, HorrorFanatic78. If you haven't checked out his channel, check it out. It's cool videos, got a contest going on right now, and so the contest question was, let me get this right. What was your favorite Halloween in the franchise and your least favorite? Well, does that include the first one? I guess you said you did say the first one with yours. What do I think? This is a hard one. No, I'm not going to pick the first one because one, well, that's the obvious choice for me, and I never go completely obvious. I just go with what I enjoy most, and the first one is definitely. We're talking about like best made, worst made type of thing. First one would definitely be the best made film in the whole franchise, and like number 6 and number 3 are. Although I do like number 3 because it's cheesily bad, it's horrible. It's a bad movie. Hell, even the writer of the film, Nigel Neal, gave up on the film. But for some reason, just like The Room, it's bad and it sucks me in. And I love Tom Atkins. But so I almost picked part 3 as actually my favorite, but not quite. My favorite was done by a director that had, previous to this, directed Brandon Lee actually, in a movie called Laser Mission, and that's Dwight Little, who did Halloween 4. Now, why Halloween 4 over Halloween 2 or any of the other sequels, or even if we want to include the Rob Zombie stuff, why did I say Halloween 4? Well, Halloween 4 came out at the right time, for one. And not only that, but Halloween 4 did some things right that the other sequels didn't do. Now, with Part 4, they were really going to trying to get the feel of the first one back in, and yet they're trying to stay contemporary. So, with some of the score that actually came into it, I think some people were kind of like, man, about that. And other people thought they should have went even farther with the gore, but I don't think that's what Halloween's all about. What Halloween is about is evil, and fear, and and family. Why didn't I pick Halloween 2? First off, Halloween 2 is a damn good sequel, but it is marred by one thing. Jamie Lee Curtis is his sister. I know this is very Star Wars, and even John Carpenter regretted doing that afterwards, and I dig that. I get it. The sister thing worked out later on, I guess, but it seemed kind of just shoved in there at the time. And Halloween 2 did get hurt a bit by having Carpenter and Rosenthal not exactly seeing the same vision. So you do get to see that in the film. Halloween 3, they tried to do something different. I really appreciate that. They went to Nigel Neal, who is a great writer. I really appreciate that. They scrapped a lot of his stuff. I really don't appreciate that because his was darker and they didn't want to go that dark. But that being said, did they watch their own movie? Do they realize how dark Halloween 3 is? The acting in 3 is okay. It's not the best. The directing's good. It's not tight, but it's good. It seems to be like the more trendy answer right now is to say 3, but because it was the hated one before and stuff like that. But no, not 3, not 5, because 5 is underrated for what it is. It's still a movie filled with conflicting ideas from the producer and the director. The director wanted to go much more hardcore and much more bloody and stuff with the film, and he was not into this whole Men in Black thing. And some of those shots were done without the director's knowledge, apparently, from what I've read. And so no, that wasn't the one. And Part 6, Joe Chappelle, you're a fucking asshole. That's the director. That's Part 6. Never will I ever say that one's good. H2O, no. Jamie Lee Curtis is back. That doesn't mean it's a good script. It just means Jamie Curtis is back. Is it a good script? No, not really. It's okay, but it's pretty pedestrian when, even compared to part 5, it's pretty pedestrian, and the only really thing that it has going for it is that, well, you can say Kevin Williamson had something to do with it, and Jamie Lee Curtis is there, and really, no. It doesn't hold up the test of time. Actually, Resurrection, as bitch down as that one gets, holds up the test of time better than H2O does, because it is what it is. Is it a good movie? No. Does it have some good ideas? Yeah, it has some good ideas, but there's some pretty cheesy bits of it. So that one's not my favorite either. Rob Zombie Halloween Part 1, I dug some of it. Rest of it, you didn't get what Halloween was all about. So, I think he was trying to make a Friday the 13th film that didn't become more evident until Part 2 came out, and that was horrible. But Part 4 is my favorite. Part 4 was the closest to the original in the style that it went for. Adding the character of Danielle Harris was a genius stroke. You didn't get to see. You always got the final girl, but the final girl wasn't the final girl. It was the final, teenager or final woman. But this really was the final girl. They went with some interesting concepts here. What's really interesting in Part 4, and this I would like to see him followed up in other films, that we really get a gauge on the mentality of the town and what it would be like if your town was under attack. We get the guys that are going out and they're searching for Michael, and they're going to hunt him down, and you can see that actually really happening. That's something that would happen in a real town. So it's really cool to see that type of stuff go on in the movie. It's something that I would like to see them played up more, and they do talk about the town in other films, but it just really doesn't have the emphasis or the overall sense of meaning that it does in Part 4. Part 4 does make some mistakes, but it gets all the things right that it should get right. Myers is done right. Loomis is done right. Danielle Harris is a great addition to the cast. Rachel should have been a great long-term addition to the cast. She was an amazing character for the films. People that die sometimes are people that you want to die. Other people you kind of feel sorry for. But it brought up the mythology. It kept it going, and it added to the mythology without seeming fake or phony like Part 6 would unfortunately do. So my favorite, Part 4, bar none. So what's my least favorite? This is hard. Because it's I like the movie that I may name as my least favorite. A lot. But you're talking least favorite in the franchise. And a lot of people would say Resurrection. No. It is bad, but it's not that bad. Yeah, well, you know what I mean. It wasn't really a franchise killer. It didn't have to be. Let's be honest. The only reason Rob Zombie got his hands on remaking Friday the 13th. Say look, remaking Halloween is because Mustafa Kal was no longer around. That's what it comes down to. Mustafa Kal was no longer with us to actually take care of the character of Myers. But Part 6 is horrible, but it does add things to the franchise. It does add something. What doesn't add something to the franchise is Part 3. I like Part 3. It's an interesting movie. It's highly underrated as a film, and as anything else, Part 3 would be at least a fun, decent, cheesy little flick. But as a part of the Halloween franchise, it sticks out as a sore thumb. And yes, is it a good movie? Yes, it is a good movie. That's the least debatable. I enjoy it. But as part of the Halloween franchise, no, it's the worst. I don't include part Halloween 2 because that would have been the worst. I'm just including the original franchise at this point. Thanks a lot for watching, and I just got home and I'm not feeling the greatest. And right now it's time for tea.